Martin Bucer, Epistula ad Ioannem Calvinum, Episode 1. We have previously done a series on Calvin's letters, and this is the text we are using, which I will quickly review. Ioannis Calvini vigilantissimi pastoris et fidelissimi doctoris ecclesiae genuensis epistularum et responsorum editio secunda. So of John Calvin, the most vigilant, the most faithful pastor, and the most loyal doctor or instructor of the Church of Geneva, of his letters and their responses, editio secunda, the second edition. This was published in 1576 in Bern. This is letter number 46 in the collection, and it is from Bucer, Bucerus, to Calvin, Calvino, gratiam et pacem, quam in foeliciter sibi consuluerunt, metenses cum regnum Christi, non nisi certi de brachio carnes admittere voluerunt, in dies gravioribus, calamitatibus, patefit, Dominus corrigat quod nobis peccatum est, et excitet regnum suum suo brachio. Bucerus, as the sender, is in the masculine singular and nominative, and Calvin, as the recipient, is in the masculine singular and dative. So, Bucer to Calvin. First he says, gratiam et pacem, which are both accusative, and we should understand this as being something like, may God grant you both grace and peace. Because they are close friends, and Bucer was a mentor to Calvin when Calvin lived in Strasbourg, he does not spend much time on the greeting but moves right into the business of the letter. Quam in foeliciter. This means how unhappily. In foeliciter is an adverb, and it is modified by another adverb, namely quam, which adds emphasis. How unhappily, metenses. Here is our masculine, plural, and nominative subject. The metenses are the residents of the city of Metz. How unhappily have the citizens of Metz consuluerunt sibi, looked after themselves, or taken care of their interests, when, or we might say because, taking cum as causal, because the kingdom of Christ, or the rule or the reign of Christ, and regnum, as we will see, is neuter, singular, and accusative. It's the object of the infinitive admittere, because Christ's rule, not unless, non nisi, being assured, certi. And certi is masculine plural and nominative, and it refers to metenses, the residents of Metz, not unless they were assured de brachio carnis, about the arm of flesh, meaning about the strength of their political situation, not unless that was true, did they want, voluerunt, to acknowledge or allow in the kingdom of Christ. In this respect, they have looked after their own interests, sibi consuluerunt, very unhappily, inasmuch as, or because, they were willing to acknowledge Christ's reign, not unless, or we might say they were not willing to acknowledge Christ's reign unless they were sure about the arm of flesh. So since that's the case, day by day, in dies, day by day, pate fit, and this word pate fit in the third singular, present, indicative, and active, is a synonym of the more common pate faceo. Day by day, there grows, and this is impersonal, gravioribus calamitatibus, more serious disasters. The conjunction cum here, which has voluerunt as its verb, should be taken in a temporal sense. When they were unwilling to do so, when they were not willing, then this was what happened, not as a direct result, but at the same time, they were beset by, pate fit, day by day, in dies, more serious disasters. Pate fit is impersonal, as I've said, and gravioribus calamitatibus is feminine, plural, and ablative, and gravioribus is a comparative adjective. May the Lord, Dominus, Bucer continues, may the Lord correct, corrigat. This is a third singular, subjunctive from the third conjugation verb corrigo, corrigere. May the Lord correct, quod nobis peccatum est, any way in which we have sinned. Or we might say, what sin has been committed by us, a nobis. Nobis is an ablative of agency, And may he excitet, may he rouse up, may he stir up his own kingdom by his own arm, suo brachio. And here we see then a nice contrast between de brachio carnis, the arm of flesh, and the arm of the Lord, suo brachio.